All right, here's my recording for March 23rd. Well, what we had going on today is, look at this here. We're going to go down here. Okay, there's a little gap with the open. And we opened low in range. There's a gap. And where do we close? Closed. It's not giving me all my. Yeah, looks like I got cut off here at 1040 or something. Okay, there we go. So we tested down into around 50. That's been a higher time frame area for a while now. See 75. RTH close 72.75. So it came back, closed that gap from overnight 73 to 95. And we tested up here, right where this was. Didn't have enough to go further than that. We have 35. We have, oh, what else here? Well, I had a hard time reading it anyway. So I don't have any trades to review today. I was just watching, and there were a few things I had to handle. So throughout the day, and just didn't sleep very well either. So I was just having a hard time focusing. So I just ended up watching for today. And I see how that VPOC is moving around. And you had this gap. So yesterday was pretty much just down. We had all that FOMC stuff that was insane. We had this. Here's these events we had today. We had building permits, jobless claims, home sales. What else? We had a few other things that were not a big deal. Most of these events, that's pre-market 5:30 a.m. Pacific. Jobless claims, and then you had 7. You had new home sales. So we have a few of these for lower in range, and let's see which one of these looks more like what happened. Well, I'd say this pretty much is what it looks like. except we have we had a gap up instead of a. We started with a gap up, came back down. And then this came down, tested 39.4850. So IBL broken 98% of the time. IBH favored by only 5%. So let's see where that was. IBH, so yeah, let's go in Bookmap and look at this. So there you go, that's your IBH. And it's your IBL here. Or no, I guess I'm wrong about that. So I'll move this up to okay, there's that one. So there's your IBH high and low. I don't know why this isn't recording my stuff. So I had all my normal tags and things. On Bookmap earlier today. So as we can see here, we have an IBC. This qualifies as an IBC. It's hard to look at really because of this. It looks like it could come down at any moment. You have a huge stop run. You have all these cell absorptions going on too. That's kind of a, you could do it, just something doesn't seem right about that to me. It's going right into this ask liquidity. And then it tested higher. So really more the, well, and then, yeah, see this was a bit hard for me to read. For IBC, that's tough because you have your VWAP and mid right here, so I don't know if I would take that one or not. You have mid to VPOC. This shot up right here very quickly, and overall we're headed down. Kind of established that at this point in the day. And this would have been an excellent short when this VPOC shifted, and then there's your target, 29 to 18. That's a good setup. because you know there's a lot of retail stops down here. You have a higher time frame level. The IBH 4020-ish was a higher time frame level we looked at before. We have the mid. It's going down into here. It's a pretty big stop run. And we have a real good move here. This IB continuation, if you're into IB trades. Look at, look, what is that, 95 to up to here. You have an IBF here. If you can get in right there, that's pretty tight, fast. Okay, you can kind of see this. This is hovering around the IB low. So was that 94.75 down to 51? That's an excellent one if you can grab even part of this. It's not unrealistic to say, you know, you could grab 10 points of this at some point in here. Maybe you get filled here. It's a bit difficult to tell where would you get out at. So I would tend to see something like that and be like, you know, well, this looks like this ain't happening here, and then it continued to drop. Then it came down here to 51. That's a higher time frame level. So then it bounces back up almost to the IB low. It tests it again. There's a double bottom. And you know that this is a higher time frame level. And then you have retail stops up here, so that's like another setup you could look at. Then we went into the close, and it's right around 75. So that's about all that I have to look at on there. I wasn't very active today in the trading, so but I want to make these videos each day and recap things. You know, go over a few potential trade setups like that. You know, we went over the news, we went over the context. What do we got on board for tomorrow? So tomorrow, core durable goods orders. Got an FOMC member. Oh, we have a PMI. PMI can be a big deal. It's can be a lot of stuff going on. So look, we have quite a few economic events going on. So this will be right after opening bell. So you've got multiple ones. You've got FOMC, you've got FOMC right at open, PMI. Might be good to stay out until about 7. Pacific, this is all Pacific time. And so you've got these two. Moderate volatility expected. You've got 130. This is after hours. I'm not particularly concerned about that. So kind of between around 7 and 10 a.m. is kind of where I would want to be operating in. I don't want to have anything to do with these news events. So I'm probably, when I trade tomorrow, I'm probably going to just keep out of this. And you know, with this kind of a move to the downside, wouldn't it make sense that we have 2 days where it's, see, it went short for FOMC madness, kind of came back, took out a bunch of stops, I would assume, and went down lower than where it was before. And maybe we could see responsive buying, taking out some more shorts. Maybe it's gotten about as low as it'll get. Can zoom out here to daily. And this would kind of show a little bit of balance there. Yeah, both sides active, but still more on the downside, and got the red candle. So we have these naked VPOCs up here, 44, and then 41.44 and 41.63.50. And then on the way down, we've got 38.93. Oh, we're at 39.80 right now, 7:40 p.m. So that's a long way down. Could it drop 100 points? Well, maybe PMI. That can be a big economic event that causes a lot of volatility. This is kind of making what looks like a little bit like a head and shoulders pattern, which could mean absolutely nothing. So, yeah, I guess that's my overview, my recap today. I mean that you've had multiple chances for good setups here throughout the day. There's a lot of action. So, well, I'll end the video there. Okay, have a good night.